Hello everyone. Today we will be studying about fiber to fabric. Myself Nandita. Let's begin. At home, you might have seen different varieties of clothes. They can be cotton clothes, they can be silk saris, they can be nylon clothes, many clothes, varieties of clothes. Have you ever given a thought how these clothes are made? Here, let's see how different clothes are made from fibers, yarns, fabrics. Clear? From fiber to yarn, yarn to fabric. And then comes your different varieties of clothes. Different clothes are made from different fabrics. Different fabrics are made from single or many yarns. And each yarn is made from many fibers. Here, if I can take an example of this particular t-shirt, you have two colors, white and blue. That particular fabric is made with two yarns, white and blue. Clear? This particular fabric is made from two yarns, white and blue. One more simple example. Suppose if you have a white shirt, full plain white shirt that is made from single colored yarn, that is white yarn. Clear? So that's about fabrics and yarns. What about fibers? What about fibers? Let me give you again a simple example to know more about what is a fiber. At home, you might have used or seen somebody threading the needle. While threading the needle, sometimes the thread passes through the needle easily. But many a times you can say it's very difficult for the thread to pass through the needle. What is the reason? If you can see the end of the particular thread, it has many small threads again still, right? Small threads. Those are called as fibers, and the particular thread is called as a yarn. Clear? A thread is a yarn and it is made from so many still smaller threads called as fibers. Clear? So these are different colors of yarns. Clear? So now I know what a fiber is, what a yarn is, and what a fabric is. I hope you're clear till here. Moving on. Types of fibers. Fibers are classified into two types. One, natural fibers. Second, synthetic fibers. What do you mean by natural fibers? Fibers obtained from plants and animals are called as natural fibers. For example, cotton, wool, silk. Cotton obtained from plant, wool from sheep, silk from silkworm. Clear? These are naturally available fibers. What about synthetic fiber? Synthetic fibers are not obtained from plants and animals. They are made from chemical substances. Synthetic fibers are not obtained from plants and animals. They are made from chemical substances. For example, nylon, rayon, terylene, and so on. Different varieties of synthetic fibers are available. Now we will study some plant fibers. I told you already, cotton is a plant fiber. So, cotton is made from the natural fibers of cotton plants. They are grown in the fields with black soil and warm climate. They don't need a lot of rain. Moderate rain is enough. Here we will see the journey of cotton from farm to fabric. The journey of cotton from farm to fabric. Let's take a look.
Where does the story of cotton begin? It begins from these soft, spongy bolls seen on the cotton plant. Let's get started with them. The cotton plants require a lot of sunshine and a typically tropical climate with medium rainfall. Once the cotton boll, which is the fruit-like structure containing the cotton fibers, matures, it bursts open and the snow-white cotton fibers are exposed. These bolls are collected and drawn into yarns. But wait, don't you think we need to separate the seeds and the soft, fluffy part first? Well, that can be carried out either manually or these days mostly with the use of machines. The process of separating the seeds and the fibers is called as ginning. Once ginning is successfully carried out, the fibers are taken for the next step. The next step is spinning. What do we mean by spinning? It's simply the process of making yarn from fibers. Remember the series? Fibers make up yarn and yarn makes the fabric. So fibers are the naturally occurring threads. These need to be drawn into long and continuous filaments. These long filaments are the yarns, and these yarns are the ones that are woven into fabrics. So spinning is the process where the threads are converted into yarns. But how is this done? If you take a cotton thread between your palms and press it gently by rolling it this way, what you get is a slender, long filament-like structure. This is nothing but yarn. We know that there are tons of threads that are spun into yarn every day. But if this is how spinning occurs, then imagine the amount of effort needed to make yarn out of so much of cotton. How is it done then? Of course, there are machines which help us do that. In countries like India, since many years the traditional equipments like charkha were used. However, with the advancement in the field of technology, newer machines to spin the threads into yarn are now available.
So, in this particular video, you saw the journey of cotton from farm to fabric. Two things very important which you will have to remember from this video is ginning and spinning. What do you mean by ginning? Separating seeds and fabric from cotton is called as ginning. When you take a cotton, you have fiber, white color, which we call as cotton, and you have seeds in it, right? So separating those both is called as ginning. What do you mean by spinning? Process of making yarns from fiber is called as spinning. Yarn to fabric. Fabric is made from yarn by the process of weaving and knitting. Now, what do you mean by weaving? Arranging two sets of yarns together to make a fabric is called as weaving. Arranging two sets of yarns together to make a fabric is called as weaving. Whereas single yarn used to make a piece of fabric is called as knitting. Here you can see She is arranging two sets of yarns together to make a fabric, whereas here only one color yarn, single yarn, is used to make a piece of fabric. Let's watch History of Clothing Material.
Today, depending on our mood and occasion, we can choose from a variety of clothes, different styles, different fabrics, and select what to wear. So, you must be wondering, what did our ancestors wear when different clothes and even fabrics were not there? Well, they used barks of the trees, big leaves, and even grass to cover their body when the climate was hot. In winter, they covered themselves with the animals' skins to stay warm when it was cold. They even used animal fur. Gradually, people learnt about agriculture. They learnt how to grow plants like cotton. Slowly, they also learnt to weave the twigs and grass into mats and baskets. They learned to make yarn out of animal fleece by twisting together into long strands. As they knew about weaving, fabrics could be made out of these yarns. The early Indians grew cotton in the regions near the river Ganga and wore the fabrics made of cotton. Also, in ancient Egypt, apart from cotton, another plant, flax, was also cultivated near the river Nile, and they were used for making fabrics. So, what types of clothes were made out of these fabrics? Was it pants or shorts? No. In those days, stitching was not known. So, people simply draped the fabrics around different parts of their body. Just like even today, sari, dhoti, lungi, or turban is used as a long unstitched piece of fabric. Amazing, isn't it? Later, sewing needle made of bone and ivory was invented. It was a great invention. With the invention of the sewing needle, everything changed. Slowly, people started stitching fabrics and learned to make different types of clothes as we wear today, like shorts, trousers, shirts, frocks, skirts, etc. So, we see natural fibers like cotton, wool, etc. have been used since a long time, say thousands of years ago also, to make clothes. But it was only few hundred years back when we learned to make synthetic fibers using chemicals, especially the petroleum. Nylon, polyester are the example of synthetic fibers which we use today. Nowadays, we don't wear leaves or barks of trees like the ancient people, but the purpose of clothing never changed since the olden days. It is for comfort, protection from heat, cold, insect bites, and of course to cover our body and look civilized. Hence, we should take care of our clothes and keep them clean.
So, students, in this particular lesson, from fiber to fabric, we studied about what a fiber is, what a yarn is, and what a fabric is, how they are interrelated. Then we studied about what is ginning, what is spinning. Under fibers, there are two types, natural and synthetic. Then we studied few things about the plant fiber, that is the cotton as an example. Journey of cotton from farm to fabric. And now, at the end of this particular lesson, we watched a video on history of clothing material, what our ancients did, and now what trend we are using on the clothing material. So here I wind up my lesson. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Take care. Bye bye.